Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Press. This is episode 4 of our Fantastic Four Friday, and we are jumping into the 4th installment of John Byrne, artist, with Marv Wolfram. This is the series that I kind of got familiar with Fantastic Four. This story arc was one of the first ones. I really remember after school one day, this is November 1979, so maybe this is in the fall of 1979. I'm like in 5th grade, and my friend said, "Oh, you got to come over and check this issue out." And this is where, we basically learned about Galactus and Terrax. I mean, jumping off the back deck as like Ben Grimm and Terrax. This is awesome stuff. Just Terrax riding his boulder. And we also got into that lore, I was saying in the last video, got into the lore of Galactus's heralds. I mean, this was a time, before they kind of edited and re-edited these things. I mean, this was before, this is the original Fantastic Four run, right? So it's before kind of the reboots. And, how many times was Fantastic Four rebooted, right? So it's... this is the, you felt like you were part of Marvel history with this stuff, right? Before we keep going, quick shout out to our sponsor, Pontus Fathom Press. 2 volumes of the Quantum Locksman saga, Volume 1, Dead Sums 11, Volume 2, Locksman of Quanta. Sci-fi, epic sci-fi, where Dead Sons 11 takes us through Dying Universe, end of the galactic cycle, and the universe is collapsing. Mysterious entities called the Erebos have enlisted 11 heroes around 6 dead suns to help them to facilitate a reboot of the universe to grant them longer life. Next saga continues, Locksman of Quanta. You think of H.G. Wells' time travel or Doctor Who. He's a quantum policeman of sorts and a dandy, and he is going across both human and galactic history, from gray aliens to AIs from the dawn of the universe, to characters like Melchizedek and Giordano Bruno, all woven together in a adventure that circles around Earth. So check these out. Epic sci-fi, helps to support the channel. Also, you can like and subscribe. So let's jump into this issue. So you can see that slowly through the issues, they've been exposed to a Skrull aging ray, and you can see that Reed is starting to show signs in our last issue, right? Byrne's kind of drawing Sue and Reed a little bit wrinkled, and now it's really starting to take effect. Reed's getting grayer, Sue's getting grayer. Look at Thing. So we hear the Battle of the Titans. I am called the Watcher. It has been my race's task to observe the lives of all creatures who dwell within our expanding universe. Thus, hear me now, citizens of Earth. Tonight your troubled world shall begin with a war-torn backdrop, an already predestined struggle, the battle of Titans. For every war there must be opposite forces. Witness the world-dominating power of Galactus and his herald, who is known as Terrax the Tamer. Witness to the awesome planet-shaking energy that is possessed by the being called only the Sphinx. So you got Watcher sort of as the... like Ed McMahon here talking about the battle of the century. So we kind of get this recap of the past few issues where Skrull aging ray affects them. They get transported to the Skrull homeworld. They team up with Nova, and they escape. The Sphinx heads back off to Earth to dominate it, and then the quest to find Galactus and to convince him that if he defeats the Sphinx, he can devour Earth. And Reed is maybe just putting that out there. And so now the Earth stands defenseless against 2 twin menaces. Will it survive or will it perish as countless worlds have perished before? That I do not know. I must simply wait and observe the events as they occur, for am I not the Watcher? So here we go. Terrax. This is great stuff. So Terrax comes in, and you can see that variation of his aliens. You got the cop on the beat firing up at him, and then he wields the power cosmic. And this is really this is that Kirby stuff that you see in the John Buscema Fantastic Four books. All that kind of second gen kind of guys work. I really love this because I was a fan of those Silver Surfer books too. So you see Terrax is riding here. Look at this panel work. This is great. Just using these explosion lines and this orange color to see the mayhem, and casting these guys in this kind of gray. They did some great colorations in this omnibus edition. So Johnny's coming to save them. Ben comes in trying to clobber him. Then Galactus comes and says, Terrax, you have been granted power for a purpose. You will not seek to abuse it. Galactus, I was merely trying to perfect my abilities before our battle with the Sphinx. Our battle? Yours is merely to seek out worlds for me to sate my hunger and to announce the coming of Galactus. You do not engage in battles unless Galactus wills it so. And you can see now, look, they're quite aged now. Reed and Sue are fully gray. Sue's so weak because she was first exposed to it that Reed puts her in the cryonic chamber. Susie should have been the one to live the longest, he says. Richards, we have no time to waste. Have you located our prey? He has created this disturbance that prevents me from locating him. So, of course, as we should have guessed, he says, he's gone back to Egypt. Now, Harold, go. Hurry to our prey and announce him that death comes riding on the cosmic wind. But what is this? In a silent corner of the Baxter building, a computer comes alive, and it's a scroll. They're gone, and my secondary mission might seem to succeed without interference. Though I failed to stop Xandar's ship, I may have destroyed the Fantastic Four. So he's lurking over Sue's cryonic chamber. Meanwhile, in Egypt, for more than 30 dynasties, more than 3,000 years, this small nation stood supreme and mighty. And you see the Sphinx standing over it. And then we get this flashback to the Sphinx. How many millennia ago was it when the Hebrew prophet Moses... Well, we got Moses appearing in this one. I was just like into this. This is so great. I'm a sucker for all of this Kirby-esque... You know how Kirby used to mix in the biblical stuff? I think this is great too. No, Moses, these are my slaves. It's the Pharaoh. This is right out of the Ten Commandments. Except Ramses, magician, who fails the contest with Moses, he banishes him from the land of the Nile. And so his magician, disgraced, goes out into the desert, blinded by the sun. Some destiny awaits him, and there was a temple beckoning him to enter. And somehow he saw, and he grabbed this jewel that spoke to him. And there he became the Sphinx, and he was immortal. And you see him going through history. And then eventually, the jewel of life, my Ka-stone, would not let me die. And I did take leave of man and banished myself to the snow-capped Himalayas, where he found a hidden sanctorum. And there he waited, and he had the vision of his escape. And now he's returned back with his power. This is a great story. And now, proud Egypt must live again. Look at this too. When I first saw this, my mind was totally blown. This is like ancient aliens, ancient Egyptians. This is everything you want in an epic, cosmic level superhero battle. So he's returning Egypt to its former glory. Rise, Egypt, thou must live anew. And then, but just then, Sphinx, behold the harbinger of your doom. Behold Terrax the Tamer. Then Galactus has come. What are you gibbering about, you fool? How do you know that Terrax is the herald of great Galactus, puny one? There is little the Sphinx does not know. Then you know how powerful I am, Sphinx, and how I will destroy you. I know that you are a mere flea, and I know that I need only squash you. So he zaps his stone that he's riding on, and then he's about to crush him under his foot. And he says, "Hold, Galactus has come." The circle closes in. The star-spanning ship lands once more. Soon the great silver door shall open, and he who feeds upon the star is himself. I am Galactus, and I have come to to this planet to destroy you. So there they are. So it's basically the new ruler of Earth, the Sphinx, and the eater of worlds, Galactus, standing face to face. There's little time for words. Meanwhile, within Galactus' starship, I did it, Reed. I've got the shields up. That gives us time, old friend. I can't delay in my work, not even for a moment. Just one thing you ain't considered, pal. What is that, Ben? What if Galactus loses? Suddenly, whether my master destroys the Sphinx or dies trying, I swear there's one certainty. Terrax shall destroy you, and he shall destroy you now. The riddle of the Sphinx. So this is just Terrax being Terrax here. This is a great ending where Terrax has just come into, like, he was just kind of handed his hat by the Sphinx. He's going to take it out on the Fantastic Four. So you see the view of the cover of next month. Reed fully geriatric mode here. Susie's trapped in her cryonic table. We got the Skrulls at work, and we got these Battle of Titans ready to happen. So we'll leave that to the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll check you out in the next comic. Bye-bye.